Hello and welcome back to our last game here at Playoffs 2025 Stoke-on-Trent. Thank you for joining us. I'm Sonic.
I'm Liam Needson.
We're very excited. We have the final game. It is the gold and silver medal match for Tier 3. Both teams will be going up to Tier 2 no matter what, which is very exciting.
Absolutely.
We are going to be watching Big Bucks High Rollers skating in black and Manchester Valkyries skating in red. So far this weekend, we have had Manchester Valkyries played against Severn Torrent yesterday. They won 227 to 108. Then today, they played against Devon for 174 points to 116, whereas Big Bucks yesterday played Wirral and won 240 to 50, and then earlier today played London Battersea 121 to 98. So, very exciting matchup to see what's going to happen here.
Expecting a nice close one today?
I am expecting a close one, yes. I haven't got anything else to say other than I'm excited, and I hope that everyone else at home is excited because this is truly going to be a very, very exciting game. Both these teams have played amazing over the weekend, and I'm sure everyone at home's seen it already. It's been so intense. It's been amazing quality of roller derby, and both teams deserve it.
Absolutely, yeah. I can't. Too close to call. Absolutely.
So, quick run through in Big Bucks. We're going to have 0-0-4 Swan, 0-7-3 Severn Hitty, 1-0-1 Atomic Affliction, 1-2-3 Dropkick, 1-2-7 Lou, 1-3-7 Lacey Kickers, 1-6 Drac, 2-5-8 Stitcher, 4-2 Gareth Skates, 5 Haley, 6-2 Wreck-It Alf, 6-6 Crashy Nuts, 8-8 Mads, 8-9 Threaky, and 9-3 Bear.
And for the Valkyries, we have 1-8D, 2-2 Bechamel Sauce, 2-3 MC Slammer, 2-4 Zayna, 2-5-7 Quiet Riot, 3 Price, 3-0 French Bird, 3-0-3 Dusty, 3-5 Barbell, 4-5-2 Devastator, 7-0-1 Hellraiser, 7-4-7 Trauma, 7-5 The Birthday Girl, Hannah of the North, 8-6 Cherry Skatewells, and 8-8-7 Iron Maven. And we are off on track, and it is Trauma with the star for Manchester, but Drac with a star, and Lee Jammer for Big Bucks High Rollers. So, as you can hear, it's pretty loud down there.
It is. The crowd are already amped for this game. Big Bucks are very well known for having a great audience response.
So I was just down there for the last game, Wiltshire against Bristol, and I could not hear the announcer next to me. It was that loud.
Absolutely. The teams have drawn such a crowd, and the crowd is so excited and into it, and I'm so glad that they've stayed for the final game.
Yeah, so there's still one more game going on the other track, so you think all those fans are going to come over here at the conclusion of that, so it's going to get even louder. So it's a 4-3 start there.
So we have Lou for Big Bucks and French Bird for Manchester Valkyries getting straight out.
So it's a 2-blocker advantage to Manchester as Stitcher and Mads in the box. The French Bird entering the pack there. Lou hot on the tail, also eligible to pick up points, and I believe that's Zayna shoving Lou off track there, but illegally so, and heads to the penalty box, but that jam has been called. 3 points for Big Bucks. 4 for Manchester, another 4-3 jam, but this time in favour of Manchester. It's a 7-7 game.
Amazing. We're already getting a lot of action in that penalty box. Currently we have 2 sat down, 2 standing for each team.
So yeah, I believe that's Hellraiser and Zayna in the box for Manchester, Mads and Lacey Kickers. It's Cherry Skatewell with a star for Manchester and Bear for Big Bucks. And Cherry Skatewell's having a fantastic weekend. I saw him earlier, and I missed the first 10 minutes of that game, but I don't think she didn't get lead any time. But
very consistently getting a lot of lead and then racking up a lot of points from that as well.
And I've been talking to Cherry before the game as well, and she's such a humble person, like telling me, so, oh, I'm going to have a rubbish time this weekend, I'm not going to do any good, and yet she pulls out some amazing performances.
Absolutely, and what a great game she's had so far. Jam 3, and we are looking at 11 points, Big Bucks. 13 points, Big Bucks, 11 Manchester.
So despite not having a lead on that, Big Bucks do outscore by 2 points. The Wall doing a great job of holding Cherry's hit well in there and running it down. So there's only one blocker in the box now.
Looks like we have Crashu lined up for Big Bucks and Trauma for Valkyries.
So yeah, both jammers looking to try and force their way through the middle of that pack, but it's very tight and congealed. It's starting to spread out a bit now as Crashu takes a little step back to draw the Manchester blockers away. And that pays dividends as they take the lead jammer despite having one less blocker on track there. Trauma now with the star in hand, looking for Zaina with the pivot cover. Crashu now on that first scoring.
I think Trauma accidentally helped Crashu through the pack just then, but they have done a star pass.
Zaina trying to get that star on her helmet in order to be able to pick up points, but Crashu calls that and can't see any points for either jammer there, but it's a 4-0 jam to Big Bucks, opening a 6-point lead, and Trauma is going to sit in the penalty box and will be a blocker in the next jam.
Ooh, interesting. So we have Freaky for Big Bucks.
I believe that's French Bird.
I think so, yeah. Now, quite interestingly, it worked really well for Big Bucks earlier. They were getting a couple of points and just increasing that difference by 1 or 2 at a time. And I think that's exactly the same way they're going to challenge this game.
Yeah. It's like they say, jammers are about stopping the other teams from scoring points as much as they are. Well, I'd say 2 points. They all add up each time, and they've got another lead here.
They do. Oh, and fantastic. Freaky just walked through the wall, got through quickly enough to grab a tasty 4 points, bringing them up to 21, keeping Manchester on 11.
So we have Drac. I believe this is the first time we've had a recycled jammer. Well, not recycled.
Brought back, yep.
Yeah, so they've used 5 different jammers and they've opened 5 jams. So
far, yeah.
It's a nice luxury to have, isn't it?
Where it appears as though Manchester are currently doing a 3-jammer rotation, so it'll be interesting, will they get tired quicker? Yeah. Will Big Bucks jammers have more energy?
And Drac takes the lead there. Cherry Skatewells with the star for Manchester also out of a pack.
Pack is running away because no one wants to be a spare point.
Manchester starting to form up at the back. There's Zaina sacrificing the point, just the one there, but 0 for Manchester. So that's 3 jams in a row with 0 points for Manchester.
Absolutely.
So 50% of the game so far, Manchester haven't scored a point, and Big Bucks, like you say, just edging forward.
Exactly. You know, 1 point, they don't care how much it is. They just want something to build it up.
Points are points.
And I think Manchester, if they get lead, they're going to play exactly the same. It just makes sense nowadays.
It's Quiet Riot up against Lou.
Now, I loved watching Quiet Riot yesterday. Her jammer ability and just awareness on track was insane to be in presence of, and I really hope it's going to be the same today.
So Quiet Riot is a local skater, used to skate for Stoke City Rollers. There's Frank and Meany is also a Stoke person, but unfortunately not in the squad today.
Fair enough. It looks like 30 seconds in, we've still yet to get lead. That's quite a long time so far.
Yeah, this is definitely unusual for the game so far, but we haven't had a power jam yet, I don't think, have we?
Not yet.
I'll probably curse that now. But,
love it. I hope you have.
Yeah.
But look at this. Look at these walls. They're so strong and compact.
I did curse it. There's a power jam from Manchester.
Lou got out only to get a penalty.
But I believe Quiet Riot has removed the star from their helmet, so we will not have a lead jammer. So, yeah, we're full 2 minutes, but Are they out? No, they are not out.
Great taking off by Mads. Mads is doing amazing offense. Unfortunately, followed Quiet Riot off track. So no one really benefited it, but it was still great to see. I would happily have that happen again.
Quiet Riot now eligible to put up some points. First points, like we say, in 3 jams for Manchester, trailing by 11 points. So being recycled to the back of the pack there by number 5, Haley.
Lou is now back on track and re-engaging. Obviously, they still need to complete their initial pass, so this is not a scoring one for them.
Is D sending them to the back of the pack. MC Slammer, Wimpy Melon Helmet, trying to hold back. Pajama does so.
Ooh. Now, that is our first 2-minute jam, our first no lead jam, and it's our first big box no point jam.
And 2 minutes, only 3-0.
That's insane!
Amazing defensive work from both sets of blockers here. So many firsts.
Let's keep it up, guys, this energy.
So French Bird up against Bear. Is this the first time we've seen Bear?
No, we have seen Bear. Oh. Bear is quite a formidable jammer, I say, as she gets out and gets lead. Had very good lead status in the earlier game against London. And if we're lucky, we'll get to see Bear do an apex jump.
Oh, I love an apex jump. It's funny that we're saying both sets of jammers have had excellent leads, and yet people who are getting 100% leads in previous games have only got 50% so far in this game. So it's nice to see a team so well balanced. Yes, we like balance.
And this communication from the Valkyrie blockers, they're clearly communicating, keeping eyes on where Bear is, holding and shutting down. Swan knocked off the opposing jammer French Bird, did a small run back, so they're now back at the back.
Yeah,
look at the strength.
French Bird still on that initial pass, nearly a minute into this jam. Trying to push that 3 wall out of bounds.
Now it does look like to me Bear has received lead. And I think they must have just been reabsorbed into the pack. But that does look like there are 2 penalties for Big Bucks blockers. So they might be interested to run it anyway, just to try and get those blockers back out.
Yeah, they do have a little bit of a cushion, 8-point cushion, but that is still only 2 scoring passes.
Yeah, it's not much of a cushion at the minute.
They are through, and they do call the jam.
Very nicely
4 points
done.
assessed there, so they were on a scoring pass.
See, we went around so quickly we missed it.
So that 8-point cushion becomes a 12-point cushion. But still, the fact there's 3 blockers in the box, 2 sat, 1 sitting down. And it is Cherry Skatewell with the star for the Valkyries, who have a full complement of blockers. And it is the lone blocker on track is Haley.
Oh, and look at that awareness of Haley. Yeah, delayed Manchester getting that lead by a few seconds. What a sight to see.
Heroic, absolutely. So 1 blocker has returned to track now, but Drac is also out. Drac with 100% lead before the stage, I think.
Yeah,
so
before today.
They
before
know the way out of the pack, yeah. So 4 points and a call off from Cherry Skatewell there. Bringing them back within 8 points.
Very nice, very smart. Grab them and stash them.
Yeah, so both sets of jammers playing a similar style. So brain, words.
Yeah. So it looks like we have Trauma and Crash U on the jam line.
So still a slight pack advantage to the Valkyries, but 3 out of the box is better than 3 in the box, but Trauma does make light work of that 3 wall and takes the lead.
Oof.
That's Zaina sending the jammer crashing to the infield as Trauma just slaloms through.
What an easy 4 points.
And now it's a 4-point game as she's bearing down on another scoring pass. Crashu still being held up, shoved off track there by Dusty and recycled 10 feet. wall, just reforming on the turn there.
Absolutely. It looks like Swan has managed to do a nice run back on Trauma as well, just slowing down that pressure that they're able to apply.
And Lacey Kick is returning to the track there as Trauma puts 4 more points on the board, so Big Bucks will have a full complement of blockers as Zaina can't quite hold back Crashuna. Crashuna now eligible to pick up points, so we expect a hit and a call.
I do expect that. Crash is quite fast. Yeah, shut it down before she can see the light of a point.
How many points is that? Because it is a level game at the moment, but Manchester will be...
Is there any more points to be added, or do we have a 26-26?
In fact, the game is still... The jam is still going on. It is a power jam.
Trauma got a cut track. Trauma got a cut track. Okay.
So I thought the jam ending whistle must have been from the other track.
It must have been the other track that we heard. So that is Crash picking up those 4 points. So it is a still slight lead for Big Bucks. They have 17 more seconds to try and put some more on. Yes, one! Do it again. Smash it. Beautiful. Great assist. Crashes through. 8 points apiece.
Trauma back on track and sprinting to catch up to the wall there. And how many points will be assessed from their initial pass? So it's a 12-10 jam.
12-10. That is the highest scoring jam we've had for both of these teams so far today.
So we
this game.
Briefly had a tie game, but now it's back to being a 10-point differential. What a difference a power jam can make.
Absolutely.
We have an absolutely clear penalty box now and a team time out. And his team time out is brought to you by Chrissy Crash.
Win!
Life is a contact sport.
It looks like it is Big Bucks calling that timeout. I can only imagine at this point they want to recollect themselves, calm down. They're on 9 penalties as a team so far, which isn't crazy seeing as it's 15 minutes in. But we kind of want to get that under control a little bit, slow it down. Remember that this is our game and it can be our game. You know, worked very well this morning, having that rest, coming back out and nailing it. Manchester looks so calm and collected.
Yeah, they did really well. They didn't have lead. They were a couple of passes behind in that jam, and yet they just fortuitously maybe got the penalty, but you know.
Yeah, maybe. We are 10 jams in. Currently, Valkyries have only had 2 leads, whereas all 8 have gone to Big Bucks. So, you know, to a certain point, that's got to be weighing on your mind. You've got to be considering all these factors.
Yeah. So we have French Bird up against Freaky. Nice empty penalty box.
Nice engagement straight into these 2 walls. Both jammers are really digging in, trying to push through, but not quite getting enough traction.
So both jammers just trying to push and then just change direction to try and leave that wall in their wake, but both walls following them and reforming.
Absolutely, so much is happening. We have had a penalty called, so I believe there is a blocker apiece going to the penalty box.
Yeah, Stitcher and Barbell, yeah.
Very nice. So we're still waiting on lead. This is
30 seconds in.
Yeah, second longest time for us to get lead.
I think French Bird has been assessed lead, but yep, they have been assessed lead. And
French Bird has got 2 of the 3 leads for Valkyrie so far. Oh, beautiful clearance on the outside for Freaky to just sneak up there.
Freaky sprinting to try and catch up with French Bird.
Absolutely, see if they can get 1 or 2 points on this scoring round.
The bench screaming for them to call it. Did they call it in time to stop the points?
I think there's 1.
1 point, you're correct.
Oh, there is 1.
Wow, called it. So it's back to being a 7-point game now. Halfway through the game, halfway through the half, and it's still only 7 points between them.
And this is intense. We thought this morning games were crazy with the points, but this is, woo.
Oh, an official review. Our first official.
Ooh.
I think it's official review to Big Bucks.
Oh, terrific. Big Bucks, Gemmeroids, and bench extraordinaire. Usually very good with her official reviews, so it will be very interesting to find out what it is. As soon as we have that information, we will share it with you at home. Any guesses, Liam, as to what you think it might be?
I didn't see anything in that jam myself, but like I say, Gemmeroids knows their stuff, so...
Yeah, I am very interested in seeing what it could be. It appears that Big Bucks are asking for a cut track on French Bird. Now, I believe this is what happened just before she was awarded lead.
Okay.
She just got knocked off as someone went back, and they were told to continue. Now, the Big Bucks skater left our view on screen, so we don't know if they left track and that's why they could go back on. And I'm assuming that's what it is. They're saying, no, they didn't seed it. That person was still on track.
I mean, from what we saw, it looked like a track cut because the foot did go off, a hand went off, just the one, but...
Yeah, got back up, and the whole of Valkyrie said, no, go, keep going.
Yeah, and
I assumed it meant Big Bucks had gone out, but interesting. We'll wait to see.
Maybe that will be the case, and maybe it will be a power jam to Big Bucks.
Maybe. Which we did see earlier with the Big Bucks London game. Big Bucks did really well when they had power jams. They really took advantage of it. It really helped to solidify the lead that they created. I didn't get to see much of the Valkyrie game, so I don't know how many times they got to have a power jam.
I did watch it, and to be honest, I think they did have quite a few power jams. I think that was the difference in the end between the two teams, was that it's completely gone out of my head who they played, but it was Devon. Devon did give up a lot of jammer penalties, and although Valkyries didn't score more than 2 passes on each of them, it was a huge difference between.
Absolutely. Sometimes it's enough. 30 seconds where your jammer is not on track and able to score makes a massive difference.
Even psychologically as well.
Oh, for sure.
I believe there was one power jam that Valkyries went to the box, but the toe stop came off the Devon jammer. So they spent the power jam putting their toe stop back on.
Yeah, and it was such... I felt for them. It was amusing. In future, if it happens to any of us again, stand up and do a star pass. You know, heat of the moment, you're not going to think sensibly at all, but it's what we could do.
So Cherry Skate Wheels is still out there, so I guess...
Absolutely, I'm assuming that's a official review is lost.
Yeah. So we can only assume that track cut is what we thought, and...
Yeah, exactly. They must have gone off track.
And the Valkyries called it correctly.
Oh, great. Drac is out, and Cherry's Breakwell's hot on her heels.
So both walls with 2 in the box.
Yeah.
Well, Manchester only have 1 now. Well, actually, both of them only have 1. One been released, but that jam has been called 0-0. Double bagel.
Absolutely. I do believe that one of the Big Bucks blockers did get out of the bench, and that's probably why they called off in that position.
Oh, I see. But yeah, preventing Manchester from getting any points.
Absolutely.
Even expensive, sacrificing their own points. But...
So we have Lou and Trauma. Ooh, lovely work by Trauma on the outside line to get lead.
And Lou following the example, but then cutting to the inside just in the last second, so both jammers out.
And although they're both fast, it does look like Lou is catching.
And Manchester just dragging that blocker back to help their jammer to pick up an extra point, but Trauma pulling it quite late.
What do we got? Have we got
so
2 apiece? 4?
4 to Manchester. There's at least 1 to at least 2 to Big Buck side of Mansion.
Penalty box is clear. So.
But in that sweep back to grab that early point, there was 2 Manchester blockers potentially sacrificed there.
Absolutely, it definitely looked like...
Oh, 0. 0 has been assessed.
Shock. Absolute shock.
So a 3-point game now, 36-39.
It's 2 jams in a row that Big Bucks have been held scoreless. So that is going to be very interesting how they're going to start reacting to this. The gap is so much closer. 3 points.
It's at 1 point in the last 3 jams for them. But then only 8 in those 3 jams to Valkyries.
Yeah, so. This is a very slow scoring game, but it's just because they're all so well done.
I did not see any space there, but they found it.
So this is a nice chase. Look, we've got our walls aren't moving as fast as you'd expect.
Another 0-0 jam.
Absolutely, and it's smart. Quiet Riot doesn't want you to have points just because you managed to get past me. No, shut it down.
I saw Dusty taking out the Big Bucks blocker to try and give Trauma something, a point to pick up there, but not quite fast enough there. So, nice idea. So we have French Bird back against Cashew Nuts. French Bird just pushing the wall out of the way. It's hard on the legs, that's sort of technique. But,
absolutely, we are on jam 15, and currently, the Valkyries have got 5 leads. So they're starting to take some of that percentage away, taking control of the game a little bit more from Big Bucks.
And
massive run back by Haley on French Bird.
So Manchester doing a great job now, holding Cashew Nut in, and French Bird is not quite out of the engagement. Yes, now we are, and we have a lead change.
Woo!
40 points to 39. Cashew Nut still on the initial pass. Trying to push away past D as Barbell joins the fight, and the MC Slammer there as well. The Hellraiser just trying to keep that wall inbounds.
Yep. And this is absolutely the unhappy place. We've already seen these Manchester blockers rotate around and around to re-pop up in front of Crash. No jammer likes that.
Trying to figure out which blocker that was there. We just lost the jammer, but then went around the other side of the wall and caught up with him again. So
that one.
Number 42, that's it. Yeah,
Gareth
Skates. Yeah,
yes.
Big shout out for Gareth Skates for that wonderful work there. Shout comes to call it as
very nicely
is out
done.
Of the pack. So 32 points, so 3 points, or 11 points.
11 points.
Now an 8-point lead from a 3-point differential.
Now 11 points is the highest that Manchester has scored this game. That does keep Big Bucks scoreless for 4 jams in a row. You know, that's got to be starting to get to them a little bit.
Oh, you'd think so, yeah, definitely. And now Cherry Skatewell up against Freaky. Freaky Alpha Lead, just what they needed at this stage in the game.
Absolutely. Manchester have only 2 blockers on the track. Does make it a little bit easier for Freaky to get through.
So what sort of reaction will we see here? There's 4 points.
Lovely. They're going to really try and monopolize on this, try and get that point difference back down. And it's great because you're seeing it right there. Serenhiti reappears out front. Swan was there to catch if Serenhiti couldn't.
And that's easy, like the Manchester blockers not really paying attention to where the jammer is there and just letting them up the inside line.
Absolutely.
And it's a tie game. 47-47. Oh, Cherry Skatewell sent crashing to the floor there by 0-7-3 Serenhiti.
And there we go. Pushing out the front, trying to get through. Lovely. Quick check-in with the bench. Do I need to keep going? Yes, I do. Okay.
Yeah, Cherry Skatewell uncharacteristically trapped on this initial pass. Still, like nearly a minute left in this jam, so this
absolutely
quite painful for Manchester if they don't get their jammer out, and the pivot is well away from Cherry Skatewell there.
Yeah.
4th scoring pass. This is the highest scoring jam of the game now, isn't it? 16 points.
It is. Unfortunately, the Manchester pivot has gone to the penalty box, so there won't be a star pass likely anytime soon. That was a big hit. So unfortunately, Cherry Skatewell is just going to have to slog it out against these blockers and try and get some more pace, but they just keep reappearing in front of her. That is another scoring pass completed by Freaky. That is 20-point jam. I believe not only is that the highest scoring of this game, it's the highest scoring Big Bucks has had today.
Yeah, I think in the adult game, the highest scoring jam we've seen is 24. I think there's a 32-point game in the
juniors. Absolutely. We have decided and agreed that 24 points is a max an adult can get because we have bad knees. But kids, no fear, good knees, 32.
So it's a 21-point jam, so not quite matching Shin Payne's 24 from yesterday. So that's a huge, huge response. 13 points in 6 jams, 21 points in the jam after that.
Absolutely. So we have Drac and Trauma. Both engaging, moving around. You can see Trauma really pushing and trying to wiggle the way through the wall. Drac is almost running into their own skaters, but has got lead.
Yeah, this is definitely the reaction the Big Bucks needed to... big there from Mads. A little too big.
Now, if you don't get a penalty, I would ask you to do it again. But I don't know, we're yet to see. So, we've got a lot of interesting things going on. You know, Manchester Valkyries managed to keep Big Bucks scoreless for 4 jams in a row. And then they come out with a 21-point jam.
It's just incredible. I mean,
absolutely. And it's so bizarre because on the flip side, Manchester, their previous jam, they got 11 points. Fantastic. Flipped the script. And it just got shut back down on them to a 0.
So and still, it's only a 13-point game, which you think a couple of jams, like you can.
This is anybody's game.
Yeah.
Anybody's game. 6.5 minutes left.
Do that in 1 jam, but still. Yes, and then another 30 minutes to come after that. So.
Absolutely. Manchester Valkyries are on 13 penalties currently. Big Bucks are on 14, like the team I am used to seeing. It's lovely. Currently, jammer-wise, we've had 1 Big Bucks jammer penalty. Have we had any on Valkyries?
I can't remember.
I think so far, Valkyrie jammers have yet to score a penalty, which is really good because we know, obviously, no jammer, no points.
Actually, Trauma definitely got... Trauma got... But one of those was as blocker, so Trauma has 2 penalties.
Yes, but 1 was picked up as a blocker, you're right. So, you know, quite equal playing field still. Anything could happen.
So the good news is the down skater has left the track of their own volition.
Absolutely, and there was no penalty appears to have been given.
I don't think it was illegal.
Oh, no, I don't think so. I think it was just unfortunate because sometimes that happens.
Firm but fair.
Absolutely. So, is that Dusty and Drac? Oof, this is going to be a good matchup.
Dusty with the star. Haven't seen that. I haven't seen that this weekend, but I didn't see their first game. So I've seen it at close quarters and internal scrims on many an occasion as a jam ref.
Are we on an official timeout? Just making sure everyone's in the correct places, everybody. Sorry.
Valkyries with 2 blockers currently in the box as well.
1 is standing, though, so hopefully they'll be back on track relatively quickly.
Zaina standing. MC Slammer still sat down.
So Dusty engaging with Atomic and Lacy Kickers, fully pushing against these jammers.
Zaina with a sweep on the inside, trying to break Dusty out, and Dusty does the rest of the hard work, pushing Swan and Serenity out of the way.
Very nicely. That is a scoring point pass for Drac and quickly shut down.
So 4 points to call off. MC Slammer still in the box, so they've extended the lead to 17 points and they have a pack advantage.
Absolutely.
Can't ask for much more than that for Christmas, can you?
Manchester sat on 47 points. Big Bucks 64. We have Lou and we have French Bird.
Valkyrie's got 13 penalties. Big Bucks have got 40. It's quite even on that front, really.
Absolutely. Lou has managed to get out front and get lead. French Bird is still stuck at the back of all of the skaters. just getting out to make their initial. Lou is going to hopefully grab some points and probably cool it off.
The French birds took a half a lap.
That
cover,
was
so.
pinball. Pinball.
So just running the clock there. She could have called it earlier, but just eat up a few more seconds before calling it.
Absolutely. They do have one penalty in the penalty box, so they're just trying to wind that down as much as they can. Interestingly, not that long ago, Big Bucks were held scoreless for 4 jams in a row. They came out of that with a 21-point jam, and they've gotten lead every time since.
Yeah. And Manchester scoreless
at
for the last 4 games.
Exactly.
So what you're saying is Manchester are going to score 21 points this
jam. It's a switcheroo time. We do have a team timeout.
Yeah, it's team timeout to Manchester, so they're probably just saying Sonica says you can get 21 points.
Exactly.
In this jam.
Build yourselves up. We're playing great. It may not be going quite the way we want it, but we are putting points down. 21-point jam.
Yeah, by my reckoning, we should be Cherry Skatewell up next. So they're sitting Cherry down to look.
Yeah,
21 points. Believe in yourself.
Yeah.
And Cherry's like, I reckon I can get 25.
Oh.
Show Belfast who's boss.
Best adult jammer today, do we think? Can you get the most points we've had?
Yeah, so I think Champagne with a 24, which was, I think they only had 122 points in the entire game, Belfast, so nearly a quarter of their points were scored in that last jam. So.
That is impressive. So it looks like we have Bear for Big Bucks, and...
It is Cherry
Skatewell.
Do Manchester Valkyries have a big reaction? One less blocker to get past. They're quite spread out at this point in time.
Right, and we're ready.
Make me a liar. Skatewell looking up the outside line and does weave away through. That's a lead for the Valkyries. A Bear just sent off track there by number 2 for Zena.
Absolutely. Potentially looking for a star pass to see if it would be worthwhile for them to try and get out and get some points as well.
Swan blocking the path of Cherry Skatewell on the outside and the inside, and Bear is out of a pack as well.
Wow. Yeah, we have had a star pass. We now have Stitcher as the jammer, applying a nice bit of pressure that Manchester grabbed those 4 points and said no.
Yeah, 17 points less than we predicted, but you know.
I'm happy. I hope they're happy.
Yeah, at this stage in the game, as I said earlier, if you keep them at the 0, just add the points up, they will mount up over time.
Absolutely. 20 jams into the game.
17 points separating the 2 teams, and that can go in one jam quite easily. Well, not easily, but you know.
Yeah, absolutely.
Number 6-6 Crashoon. Yes, Trauma.
And it's nice. I really enjoy watching the blockers just reappear in front of jammers. It's the sort of imagery that you would hate as a skater.
Oh, yeah.
But amazing.
And there is lead for Manchester 2 in a row.
Absolutely. Ooh, wipe out.
The period clock coming towards an end. No, 3 minutes left. I was looking at the jam clock. It's been a long weekend, a fun weekend.
It has.
So Manchester, how many points they pick up there? They kept them to 0, but 3 points.
3, very nice.
It's just eating into that lead. And we have Freaky for the first time since their 21-point jam.
Ooh. Yeah, absolutely. No pressure. No pressure.
French bird for the Valkyries. Coming up against Dusty and his Iron Maven. I thought that looks like Maeve, but
it appears as though there's been a going the wrong way to the box, maybe? Yeah.
Yep, so it is definitely a power jam. So.
Absolutely. Now it's been confirmed. We just need to get Freaky out there and see what we can get from it.
Freaky just trying to spin around by that Manchester 3 wall, doing your favourite thing, just rematerialising at the front of
It's
the pack.
An unhappy place for a jammer.
Zena having to reach a bit as Swan comes in with a sweep and gets the jammer out. Dusty can't quite chase him down as lead. Assessed after 50 seconds to Freaky. Frenchbird currently stood in the penalty box.
Absolutely, that is the longest time we've had this game to get lead selected. Now, Frenchbird was in the penalty box for a multiplayer, which for a jammer, very hard to get.
Yeah, why block as a jammer? That's crazy talk. Someone did explain to me how it happens, and that is,
Well, earlier Frenchbird was using her own team to try and push through the wall and hold on and keep upright. And if they're holding onto a t-shirt, for example, and those arms are challenged, and they don't get released, that's where the multiplayer comes from. So it's very hard as a jammer to get it, but it's not impossible.
So 4 points put up by Freaky, and now on another scoring pass.
Absolutely, slight wipeout there. I do believe Frenchbird is coming around and looking to get some points of her own. Oh, we missed the star pass to
Xena. But the jam has been called before. Xena can put any points up.
No.
Further 3 there, so 75 to
0-7.
54, so a 21-point differential. Tis but the work of one jam. Period clock counting down. We have just enough time for one more jam, and it's Cherry Skatewell against Drac.
Oh. Big run back right from the get-go.
And Drac past MC Slammer takes the lead. Last lead of the first half, surely. Cherry just trying to push away past 1, 2, 3, drop kick, no mercy.
Right, we are out. We're just going to grab a couple points and call it off because we can see Frenchbird appearing. Not Frenchbird, I apologise. Cherry, we see you approaching.
Cherry Skatewell is through. How many points have they come up? 1, I believe, has been shown. No, 3.
3.
3 shown there, and 2 to Big
Very,
Bucks, so
very nice.
and Big Bucks will start the second half with 2 blockers in the box. So it's a 20-point game as we enter the interval. But
absolutely,
the start of the second half could be quite tasty.
There's so many things we want. I think I want them to go to their benches, have that little chat, calm down, let's not get messy, and maybe just almost plan the offense a little bit more.
Yes. Not much to ask for, is it? So.
No. Can't add much when it's such a great game. These skaters are doing amazing. You guys have your Wii's, have your T's, and hopefully we'll see you back in about 14 minutes.
Wonderful. See you in 40 minutes.
Thank you for joining us back here for the second half of this Manchester Big Bucks game. It's proving to be very, very exciting.
Oh, yeah, 20 points between them.
Absolutely.
We've seen lead changes, we've seen tied games, and then we've seen a massive 21-point jam to say, no, you cannot have a lead, it is our lead.
I made myself a little sticky note and I've lost it, but that doesn't matter.
Oh, I hope I wasn't the one I picked up before I put them in.
Never mind. So interestingly enough, we're looking at, in terms of leads, Drac is leading for leads in Big Bucks. He's got 6 of them so far, closely followed by, I believe, Freaky getting
had 3
of them. However, Drac isn't the top scorer. Freaky is with 33 of the points, and Crash Shoe has got 24 of them.
But only 1 lead.
Only 1 lead. So sometimes lead doesn't necessarily mean you're going to grab all the points. It's just that element of control. You know, Drac had a lot of moments of going, well, no, you're too close. 0-0, 1-0, shutting it down.
Yeah, Drac's a great defensive record on their jamming. And it also shows not getting a lead doesn't necessarily mean you're not going to get any points.
Absolutely. There's been so many times where both teams have got points with no lead. Manchester Valkyries, Frenchbird are leading with 19 points. Trauma has got 23. And then that's Cherry Skatewells with 11 of the points. So it's nice and evenly played out between them.
And the penalties as well is reasonably even. 17 to Big Bucks, 14 to Manchester, but
absolutely,
most tellingly, Big Bucks still have 2 of them to sit, and it is Trauma who will try and take advantage of that differential. And
oh yeah,
does. So Drac not able to add a 7th lead
not yet
on this occasion. but you can't hold her back. She's out.
You can't. Trauma has gotten through 3 points. The question is, are we going to run it to get more? Ooh. Great awareness from Haley, being able to hit them and try for a run back. And Manchester going, no, thank you. Nope, we'll just take those 4 points.
So Matt's still in the penalty box, but Manchester dragging us down to 16-point differential, which, again, could be just one jam.
Absolutely. You know, currently we do have Stitcher, one of Big Bucks' pivots, is on 5 penalties, whereas Manchester, the highest anyone has got currently is 3. So that's going to play into how you prepare your team.
French Bird up against Bear.
These are both jammers that are very good moving laterally across the track and just taking up as much space as possible, even though they are not the tallest or biggest.
And there is the first out of the pack there for Big Bucks.
French Bird following a lovely hole that was created by one of their offense. Unfortunately, Swan did get in the way of it.
And that is Price shutting down the apex jump there from Bear.
Very nice.
We demanded an apex jump earlier. We haven't had one yet. I haven't seen a massive apex jump in all of the games I've covered yet this weekend, so we're about due. You know, we've got 28 minutes left in the weekend.
I don't know. I watched Kings and Haunted City. I was scared that an apex jump would hit me in the head.
For one game I didn't watch.
It looks like French Bird has managed to get out. Needs to put the star back on their helmet to try and maybe get points. Bears listening, looking at their bench. When am I calling it? When am I calling it? Now.
Oh, they sacrificed some points
they
in
did.
the process. So
I can only imagine they wanted someone out of the penalty box.
That can be the only explanation possible. Are we going to stick to it? So how many points have been awarded there? I believe Bear picked up 4 points. Yes, it did, and 2 for Manchester.
4. Very nicely. This is a great start for Manchester. They've gotten points in both of their jams so far.
And it is Cherry Skater Freaky, the scorer of the 21 points, 33 in the entire game, and 21 of those came in one jam. And Cherry Skatewell is out for the lead there. Freaky has just got MC Slammer to get past and does get past MC Slammer, so both jammers are eligible for points now. So
absolutely. The packs are moving quite fast now because they can feel the pressure to try and hold on to their points. Oh, unfortunately, Dropkick was sacrificed by Gareth Skates and down. Sometimes that's just what happens.
So Cherry Skatewell is through and Freaky is engaging with the pack, so Cherry Skatewell running his jammers. Freaky picks up 4 points there as well. Cherry Skatewell just pushes his way between that 2 wall. That's all 4 points picked up, but still stuck in the pack as Freaky now bearing down.
Absolutely. Haley had great awareness, managed to nip out in front to catch Cherry just in time. Freaky is now just trying to find their own little opening on this Manchester wall.
And Cherry just spins around Haley there. And calls the jam.
Very nicely done.
How many points? So Freaky was picking up points.
I think skaters may not have heard the whistles and thought it was the other track's whistles.
Yeah, but there is no game on the other track, so all whistles we hear are real whistles.
Yeah, they just didn't realise that happened yet.
So it's an 8-7 jammer, so Manchester edging that one by 1 point.
Absolutely, and it's worth it.
Yeah, but sacrificing D to the penalty box.
So it looks like we have Lou and Trauma lining up on our jam line. Liam is getting so excited. He's standing.
I find the views better from up here.
Very nice. So both of these jammers are engaging in this back wall. Currently, the blockers are doing a fantastic job of trying to stay as stationary as possible and just shut it down. Ooh, great awareness from 7-5. Hannah of the North pushing off Lou to the outside.
Just to reiterate, it is Hannah of the North's birthday today. So.
Oh, happy birthday to you.
So hopefully they will reward themselves with cake for that hit.
Oh, I mean, you definitely should.
I like to reward myself a cake for many mediocre things.
These two walls, you've got the Valkyrie wall is unmoving and unrelenting, whereas you've got the Big Bucks wall is so dynamic, it's constantly moving around and around to recapture. Great bit of offense from their pivot there just to get them out and get lead.
So that's D out of the blocks to then mess things up for the Big Bucks wall. So.
Absolutely. Lou has taken the star off the helmet, but...
It's been a while since we've seen a Big Bucks jammer held this long.
Absolutely.
Hannah North now rewarding himself with a little sit down in the penalty box. His Trauma has 4 points. Now drawing from within 13. Still, the Blue is in the pack, but gets out before I can finish my sentence.
Very nicely done. The wall trying to re-emerge on top of a jammer. Ooh, great following to the outside line there, Lacey Kickers.
So Trauma calling that jam, but I think not in time to stop Big Bucks from getting 2 points.
But 7 for herself.
Yes, that's 5
this
into
gap is getting smaller.
12 points. So we have French Bird up against Drac. Drac, the highest lead taker. Hasn't yet taken lead in the second half, but this is only the second time we've seen him, so, you know, let's not be too harsh.
So, ooh, that was a big falling over.
MC Slammer sends him to the ground
and landed on the knees. Honestly, I feel like that would hurt your chest landing on the knees like that.
But these Welsh blockers are hard as nails.
And look at this French Bird pushing so far out front.
And it's a 4-on penalty, power jam, lead.
So Drac has got that lead with a power jam. Unfortunate for French Bird, who's doing some amazing pushing. And look at this. Ooh.
Oh, and then making light work. Well, it's only 2 walls.
It is, and it's so much easier when you've got less to cover. So it's nice and easy. We're just going to stand in your way.
Yeah, I mean,
there we go. Whoop.
This is a jammer's dream. 2 blockers and no other jammer. I mean,
absolutely.
It's Hannah of North's birthday, not Drac's. Actually, I don't know it isn't Drac's birthday. So.
Well, I know. But it is fantastic. It's exactly what a jammer wants. Very little resistance and just whoop, whoop, whoop. And we're going to break 100 points.
We are going to break 100 points. Well, I say we. Big Bucks did it. We did nothing.
We've done nothing.
We've watched.
We've watched excitedly.
But this is just what Big Bucks have done in the game is they've let Manchester get a few points here and there, and then they've hit them with a big
absolutely.
point.
As soon as they have an opportunity to take advantage of something, they do. Absolutely. They take it with both hands and go, yeah, this is our spot, this is our chance, I'm having it.
So they're on 16 points now. They got 21 points earlier, but still a quarter of a jam still to go.
Absolutely. We know Drac. Drac has energy. Listening to her bench. So whether Drac wants to continue or not, she's so good. Bench said no more. 20 points. We are good. Wow.
Whew. Big last time.
That's the first scoreless point jam for Manchester this half.
Oh, really?
Quite impressive to get this far in and actually have none so far. They've been really holding their own.
But then Big Bucks only had 1 scoreless jam as well in a half, so...
Yeah. We do have a slight team out for the moment, which is great. I do hope you can hear at home over our microphones the cheers, because they do get so loud.
Yeah, it is very loud down there. Very, very loud. And that's what we like. We don't like, I mean, obviously, you know, we're egomaniacs who like talking, but it's kind of nice when people can't hear us, because it means that roller derby is doing its job.
Absolutely. Whilst the officials are sorting it out, it does look like Bear is getting ready to jam next to Cherry Skatewell.
Cherry Skatewell likes a nice run-up. When she gets momentum behind her.
Unstoppable.
I mean, not quite unstoppable, but Big Bucks have been doing a good job of stopping the unstoppable.
With a run-up, though, it's a lot harder.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Absolutely, and she's proving it.
The Bear just perched on the jammer line there.
Almost got a full start. And I know it's hard to see, but the amount that Bear is bobbing and jumping around to get out and get that lead.
Some lovely toe stop work there by her. Just all about the agility. There's no pushing there. Oh.
We had a small apex jump that wasn't quite landed. It was very nice. We had Rekka, Alf, and Serenhiti out there trying to hold on to Cherry Skatewell as long as they possibly could. She is now round for her scoring pass like Bear is.
Big Bucks have 2 in the box. The Bear is... Oh, and it's a power jam.
We've had a jumper penalty.
So it's our reversal of fortunes.
Yeah, let's see how well Manchester can take advantage of this.
So Cherry Skatewell now 4 points already in the bag.
And there's only 2 big blockers on the track. Makes it a little bit easier. We have Atomic back. Here comes Cherry.
Iron Maven also currently in the box. Oh.
Very nice. You know, Rekka Alf right there really resisted that, a bit of offense and trying to move. Serenhiti covering that outside line all the way. Very nicely held for as long as you could. Here, do it again. Here comes Bear.
So is this Manchester's biggest scoring jam of the game so far? 12 points. I believe they got 10 in one.
Yeah, I think 11. 11 was their highest so far. So absolutely smashing it.
But Bear is out of the box and has put 4 points of her own on the board. So we will have a full 2 minutes. Still got 20 seconds, so plenty of time for Bear to add some more to the total.
Absolutely, even it back out a little bit.
Cherry Skatewell just 1 block away from 16 points, and there is the 16-point mark.
Absolutely, look at how far she spread out that pack.
And Swan heading to the penalty box as well.
Did pick up a little bit of a blocker penalty. So Swan is in there, and it does look like Rekka Alf is there too. So this is probably one of the best advantages Valkyries had starting so far this game.
Yeah, so they have 2 sat in the box, and 1 will go to a box when someone is stood up. So Trauma currently has 2 blockers, and for a brief moment will only have 1 blocker to contend with. So
absolutely,
if Manchester are going to make a comeback, this is when it's going to start.
This is it. This is it. We said earlier they could very easily get a 21-point jam. Now is the time. Drac has got that helmet cover off, looking to maybe have a star pass if needed.
The only way this position could be better for them is if they get a power jam as well.
Absolutely.
So there is currently just 1 blocker on track as Drac is out of a pack now, having stashed that star.
It does look like there is only 1 blocker in the penalty bin at the moment, which is nice to have some people back on track.
So Trauma pulls out. Not a bad return, only 8 points shifted, like when you've only had 1 blocker on track, so... Absolutely,
that's some really good resisting from these big Bucks blockers.
I'd be happy about from Big Bucks perspective. So Manchester break for century point, 14 points in it now. Oh, in fact, they've 2 in the box again, so
excited. Someone is now on their 6th penalty. So,
Stitcher.
You know, earlier we had this situation reversed where London, I did ask for them to put their person who was on their 6th penalty in for last jam to foul out. They didn't.
Oh.
I want you all to know I am a very fair and equal. I would really love to see that person foul out here. You know, it's just funny to me. I love you guys. I'm sorry it sucks, but sometimes it's funny. Sometimes the penalty is worth it. Looks like we have Freaky and Quiet Riot. Freaky and Quiet Riot. Freaky just amazingly almost fell through on the inside line, whilst Quiet Riot has to fight a lot more against these 2 blockers that's on track.
Quiet Riot still not past for 2 blockers. So Freaky with lead, and Quiet Riot is now out. But that's just what you want when you've only got 2 blockers, is get lead and hold on for a good 10 seconds.
Absolutely. Very nicely done.
So calling the jam to stop Quiet Riot from getting any points, putting 4 points of her own, still 2 blockers in the box, but they're both standing.
Yeah.
And 2 blockers.
Sometimes you've got to weigh up what's more important when you've got a point differential that's this close. You know what? You're going to stay in the penalty box for a little bit.
They clearly have faith in their blockers on track. So Haley, I've seen down there. And
drop kick, no mercy.
Yeah, it is drop kick. So
French Bird is going, just managed to get a lovely opening there, but caught on drop kick at the last moment.
And Drac is actually out for the lead. So
even when you've only got 2 blockers on track, sometimes it's all you need.
that's twice they've started the jam with 2 blockers, and twice they've got lead. So,
and that's really a testament of how well their blockers are being. That was a lovely little apex jump and slide to call it off.
yeah, so the apex jump wasn't inbound, so there would be no points there, but 0-0.
Worth it.
Yeah. You know, you survived having 2 blockers in the box for 2 jams in a row without having put in any points. You know, happy campers.
Absolutely. We've got 16 minutes left of this game. Currently, penalty-wise, both teams are doing quite equally. Big Bucks are on 25, Manchester on 23.
Manchester seem to be spreading their penalties out across the board. I mean, there are still 5 people without penalties, so, you know, what are they playing at?
But Crashuna and Cherry Skatewell are really fighting to try and get this lead jammer position.
Cherry Skatewell is out of the pack. So the lead for Manchester Star Pass has taken place. So it is Lacey Kickers with the star for the Big Bucks. So Cherry Skatewell probably going to look for 4 points and call it, but Lacey Kickers is now engaging with that wall.
Absolutely. Great little run back though. So Cherry Skatewell is out. Looks like they might try and get a second scoring pass.
Yeah, I think they took a look to the bench and it is a power jam now.
It is a power
Manchester.
jam. Lacey Cookers has just picked up a penalty. It was a cut track, unfortunate. So this is a 30-second advantage.
That Manchester Wall goes full offense there, carnage, and Cherry Skatewell is out. 8 points now. And calls a jam to have a power jam start.
Which, you know, I would be quite happy. You know, it would be very interesting to see how they come out and have a power jam start. Who are they going to put it up against?
And as well, Lacey Cookers is a pivot as well.
It is. So who are they going to put on as a pivot on here? Are we going to have a jam or go on as a pivot to potentially consider a relief straight away?
That Bear has gone on with the pivot, so yeah, you called it.
Maybe I know Big Bucks.
No blockers in the box, so that's well, not that that stops them from getting a lead.
Lovely going on. So that was just a scoreless jam. It was held out. Was it scoreless?
8-0 to Manchester. It's a 10-point game again now.
Yeah, 8 points to Manchester. Very good. There has been a small injury, so it's just being checked out whilst we, before we can continue to make sure it's all safe. We do have such an amazing first aid, medical crew, officials, volunteers, NSOs, every single one of them. We love you. Please come back a second time, or better yet, be like Paul Jones and come back a 600th time.
Wow, good old Paul. I was sitting with Paul earlier and we were calculating. You think the average roll derby game is 2 hours, at least 3 hours of editing, so at least.
How much of his life has been roller derby?
The answer to that is 17.6 weeks of his life, at least. That's not including travelling.
Yeah.
And I said to him, how many weeks' salary have you spent on roller derby? He said, I don't want to think about that.
Yeah, that would be... Yeah, I think that one might be a bit more.
Yeah, so we did a presentation. Well, I say presentation. We pointed at him and applauded before the last game. He didn't cry. I was very disappointed.
He did try and avoid you, though. I did see that.
He did try and avoid me, but I wouldn't let him. I have cordless mic. We'll travel.
It looks like we might be getting back to action soon. Yeah. The injury seems to be quite good, and they're back to their bench, so nothing to currently worry about.
So Trauma up against the Lacey Kickers. 4 blockers on track. So 4 Big Bucks. Just 3 for Manchester.
Oof.
Oh, no, that's not the jam start whistle.
Wrong whistle.
That's just saying we're about.
It's okay, we're all high energy, adrenaline, we're excited.
Haley's like, come on, calm down,
it's okay.
everybody.
Reset ourselves.
The next whistle you hear will be the jam starting whistle.
This one ready.
Mickey shouts 5 seconds. And there we go. So Big Bucks sucking back over the jam line there.
Ooh, great catch of catching Bear Trauma on their chest. Recycling round. Currently working against Haley
Jammer is standing. Jammer has returned to track, so will we see? Oh no.
I think, is that a cut? It is a cut track.
From the box, they take lead, and it is a power jam now to Big Bucks from the box.
Which, you know, we've seen this happen quite a few times so far this weekend. Sometimes it's just the way it is, so Lacey is coming round to get some 4 points.
So, I mean, they say it's a mark of champions, how you deal with adversity. Every time Big Bucks have had an adverse situation, they made it work for them today.
Absolutely. And it's outstanding to see just like the resilience these skaters are showing that, okay, yeah, you know, maybe we're at the worst state, but we're going to do the best we can with this. And we're going to do it and have fun whilst doing it.
Fun is the most important thing in the world. But the second most important thing in the world is medals. Both of these sets of skaters are going to get medals today. We just don't know what colour.
Absolutely. That was a beautiful entry and straight through the pack by Trauma. So quick, if you blink, you missed.
And I did blink, and thankfully you were here to tell me about it.
It's okay. Lacey Kickers is out and round, coming back for another set of scores.
Interestingly, you know, the pivot comes out of the box, puts up 3 scoring passes.
Absolutely, I love it.
And Jammer's in the box as a pivot.
I love it. We had Bear come on as a pivot to relief if needed, go, nah, I'm good. And now we've gone a switcheroo. Fantastic.
So Trauma did actually put 4 points on the board for Manchester, so only a 4-point differential in that jam. So I thought it was 3 scoring passes, but apparently only 2 have been recorded, so I lied. I apologise to you.
Yeah, we have a slight official timeout. You know, Manchester are at 1-1-4. Big Bucks is 1-2-8. 14-point differential. It has been this close all game, and we have 13 minutes left.
This game is going so fast as well.
It is.
Just 14 points. That is nothing. Absolutely nothing.
That's less than 1 full jam.
Exactly. Especially if you're Big Bucks.
Well, it's for both of them.
Freaky.
I mean, Valkyries had a 16-point jam this game, so it's totally in their grasp.
So 1 blocker apiece in a box. French Bird up against Freaky. Freaky having put up 21 points earlier on in the game.
Both of these walls have really just sat down and sunken.
And French Bird now just Swan between them and lead, and I say just one. Swan's very formidable. And now it's 4.
It does look like French Bird unfortunately picked up a cut track, so Freaky has gotten out and gotten lead.
And now we have 30 seconds to the track all to themselves. And the Big Bucks will have a goat as well.
Absolutely guaranteed point.
Freaky just very casually, not expending it, not running a risk of getting any penalties here.
Absolutely. And the track awareness these skaters are having of where they're bridging, trying to hang back, knowing that your jammer has the strength to just push on through this for, you know, it's a sad place, but you can do it for a few seconds.
Dusty and Hellraiser doing a great job of holding the Freaky back there, but Freaky does eventually escape. So French Bird back on track, but still on their initial pass, so the jam goes on.
Absolutely.
Oh, that has been a star pass now. So Zena with the star for Manchester. And that is the jam called. How many points? Picked up, a full 8 points there for Big Bucks.
I believe that was the 3rd star pass that Zena has taken for Valkyries so far this game.
Yeah.
It's nice that neither of the teams have really had to rely on it too much, but they very clearly know it's there.
Yes. So Jack against Cherry Skatewells again. I've seen this matchup a few times, I think. That's all the insight I have on that point. Cherry Skatewells looking down on the outside line. Oh,
and Haley is the last person of resort. You know, that was almost Cherry's lead if Haley hadn't got in the way, but Drac did manage to snap through and take it.
Drac, the king of the lead jammers today so far.
Absolutely, Drac has only increased her lead carrying.
That counts as an apex jump. Drax being told to keep going by the bench as Cherry Skatewells goes for penalty box.
For a low block.
Low block.
Unfortunate, but you could hear that quite clearly. The bench noticed it straight away. So, yeah, you're going to push for a while.
Jammer switcheroo! There we go. We have not had one of those today.
Thanks, Drac. It's my favourite thing.
That's Cherry Skatewell's first penalty of a game as well.
That's impressive. It's been quite a high-stakes game. It's reasonable understanding that quite a few people are getting some.
So one of the most impressive statistics, considering what a physicals player Dusty is, no penalties today.
Good point. Oh, lovely spin. Lovely spin by Cherry there to get out through the last.
She's a whirling dervish.
Ooh.
A forearm penalty assessed against, I believe it's for pivot there. So D gone to the penalty box. One blocker a piece of box, and there's a dropkick no mercy also heading to the box. So Cherry with a slightly easy time of things, and Cherry is through for 4 points.
I believe that's actually 2 Big Bucks blockers have got penalties, one of which is Stitcho, which I believe unfortunately means it's going to be fouling out for this jam. Unfortunate.
But only 5 seconds left in the jam, so at least they don't have to have a blocker like for the remainder of the jam.
Absolutely, and what an amazing game we've had so far. I am enjoying that one blocker was released and another one has gone back in. So currently the penalty box has 1 Valkyrie skater and 2 Big Bucks skaters. But a 12-7 point jam in 2 minutes.
So we have an official timeout. I assume this is to inform of the foul out. In fact, we have a Manchester skater from now on 5. That's D currently sat in. No, not currently sat in box. There's MC Slammer. But yes, it's a D.
Absolutely. We've got 8.5 minutes left. We're 13 jams in. 27 points difference. Yeah, it might be a little bit bigger than it was, but this is this could change.
This could go down to the last jam.
Absolutely. There's at no point yet can we, with any confidence, say, oh, it's this team's game. It's not, because they keep taking it from the other person.
And, no disrespect to track 1, but track 2's where's the excitement's been this weekend. But the last game went down to the last jam. The Wiltshire game yesterday went down to the last jam.
First game of yesterday went down to the last jam. There's just been so much intensity out here today.
And this is the last chance we're going to have for some intensity. So if we're going to have some intensity, it might as well be now.
Yeah, absolutely. 13 jams in. 8 of those jams, Big Bucks got lead. 4 of which went over to Manchester. Very nice.
And a couple of power jams apiece as well, I believe.
We have. And they've both really... Do you know what? It's not even like one team's had it and they really dominated it. Both teams, when they've had that power jam, it's really benefited them.
Yeah, because it helped, but they only had 2 blockers as well to deal with.
Yeah.
But when it seems to swing one way, it swings the other way as well. So Manchester get within touching distance, and then Big Bucks were like, no.
Absolutely. It does look as though they've swapped Drac back in to do a second jam in a row. Because, Drac's stamina exists.
Yeah, Big Bucks have 2 blockers on track, which means that they'll probably get lead jammer.
I mean, we've seen it happen already. Maybe that's why Drac's come back out.
So Drax versus Trauma.
Very nice placement, deciding to put themselves at the front for Trauma to go for an ooh!
Drax does take lead jammer despite the different. So, in fairness, Manchester do have a 1 blocker in the box as well, so it's not a
absolutely. And Trauma is out and coming around looking to get some points herself. But you can hear very clearly from Bench Roids, we're going to leave it to the last second.
Yeah, so a few seconds eaten off there, so both blockers currently stood in the box, so less than 10 seconds on the penalties. You can't see, but Sonic is very excited next to me. And we can't even blame the Coke, because that's diet.
That's not diet, no. This is special. This is vanilla
Or is it extra sugar?
So this is extra sugar, which is so much worse. So Bear against French Bird.
31 points in it now. So starting to pull away a little bit now. It's not insurmountable, but as the clock goes down, MC Slammer heading back to the penalty box now.
French Bird with the lead. First lead for Manchester in 5 jams. Bear has got the start off and is going to look and see if they need to take it, but no. Ooh. Jammer Bear knocked off.
Absolutely no space on that inside line.
Bird. Oh, now there is. Woo! French Bird is back in, trying to get some points. The question is, are they going to see how quickly Bear comes around and call it off in time?
Apparently not. So the star wasn't on their helmet, so there's no points there.
No points. Oh, Bear. Breaking the heart. That's okay. Second opportunity.
Moment, but, Manchester did escape there.
Lovely bit of offense offered there to French Bird to get past a couple of those blockers. Not quite enough to get them out of the pack completely. Decided they didn't want to fight anymore. Understandable. That was a long jam. And a lot of work.
Only 1 point differential there, but very lucky that Jammer didn't have a star on that pass because there was just no opposition to him whatsoever there. So
Yeah.
Jammer must have been extremely excited and forgot to put the cover back on the helmet.
Yeah, sometimes it happens.
Will that be telling? Like, will they come to regret that in the end of the game?
So we have Freaky and Cherry. Whistle went. Swan instantly having a little love tap, pushing someone off the inside. Oh!
Skatewell up the inside there.
2 leads in a row. Valkyries.
So Bechamel Sauce trying to hold back Freaky there, but not for long. The Cherry Skatewell goes through, slides up onto their feet.
Back up. Regaining of pack and out. Very nicely done. We do have an unfortunate power jam. So let's see how Valkyries can take advantage here.
Big Buck's also a blocker light.
Absolutely. A little bit of helpful offense, and Cherry is through. Nicely done. I would like to see them set up. Are they going to do the same, or are we going to have different offense on this lap?
So when I've seen previously, they tend to just wait at the back and then come in with a sweep, but now they bring the sweep in a lot earlier this time, and Cherry Skatewell is just out.
Through, lovely. We're clearly seeing that, you know, they're waiting for the jammer to set it up to where they want it to be, and then they go, now's your time to come in.
So 3 scoring passes. I believe Big Bucks did put some points up in that jam, just waiting for that to be advised, but it will be a power jam start to the Valkyries. No points. I thought Freaky had put some points. Maybe they got the penalty before.
Potentially.
Duke is shaking her head. And I trust Duke above myself.
So Trauma is almost unimposed. Freaky quickly out of the box and onto the pack. So this is anyone's lead. Ooh, wipe out.
And not for the first time, Freaky from the box takes a lead. Jammer.
I think when your attention is diverted, sometimes that's all you need. Trauma's doing an excellent job fighting against drop kick to try and get out. Ooh, one last love tap from Mads. And we're going to have a run back.
So just
considerable
3.5 minutes left on the period clock now. A 20-point differential, but yeah, it's starting to get away from Manchester. Trauma now out of a pack.
Very nicely done.
Freaky just giving themselves a few more seconds to find some more points.
Absolutely. Beautifully done. Points in the pocket. 0 for Manchester on this particular one.
34 points separating, 3 minutes left. So Manchester need to do something they've not been able to do through the game so far if they're going to rescue this game. Once again, Big Bucks have 2 in a penalty box.
And time again, they've shown us that that's not as much of a disadvantage as it should be.
Drac with the star.
Ooh, great coverage, number 3.
Quiet Riot with the star for Valkyries.
That's twice they've managed to get Drac on the outside line with a small run back. Just enough for Quiet Riot.
So the local girl gets lead for Valkyries, but Drac also out of the pack. So you've got to think it's going to be hit it and call.
Drac is known to chase down when she isn't lead.
The jam has been called, but Drac was in amongst the points there.
Got to have at least one, right?
3.
Ooh.
And 3 to Manchester, so it's
very
as
nice.
You were. So again, from a big bucks perspective, really happy with that.
Absolutely very happy. And you know what? Quite nice to see so far through this half. Valkyries haven't been held pointless anywhere near as much. Well, actually, neither team has been held pointless quite like they were in the first half. So you can really see how they've upped and changed what they're doing to try and fight that.
We have an official review being called.
Whose is it?
I believe it is
Manchester. Exciting.
So I'm going to see if I can divine from my hand signals of Anakin what he wants.
Yeah, be very interesting. I don't think I saw anything.
I don't recall anything untoward, but then I said that last time as well.
Yeah, there isn't anything particularly that I can think of that it might be. So
hand signals are
they want
showing that he's Italian. So just waiting for the Smashy Boy to tell us what's occurring. He is typing furiously into his phone in his peach trousers, the same colour trousers as Duke. It is, sorry, not peach, salmon Sunday.
They would like a back block penalty on 1, 2, 3 drop kick to be upgraded to an egregious penalty. So earlier drop kick did a back block, and they're just asking it for it to be lifted up in level. So once we have an understanding of that.
So the referee's now coming back to inform them of the result of this.
Which would be quite interesting because, you know, we're all human, we make mistakes. From what I can see, 1, 2, 3 hasn't been logged with a back block. So, interesting.
A legal procedure at the moment. No, they're still sat there. The whistle has gone, so I guess that official review lost. I can see on the Discord.
It has been lost.
So 90 seconds left, and probably a ridge too far for the Valkyries, but
we could have 2 jams out of this. We have Bear against Cherry Skatewell, straight in and engaging Cherry. Oh, so close to getting lead on the inside line, but reabsorbed by Haley and Gareth Skates. Cherry has it.
And he pivot heads to the penalty box. The star is off, and there's no one to pass it to. It's Cherry now coming down the inside.
Ooh.
With that wall just shuts it down as 8-8 Mads.
Mads have been doing some amazing offense throughout the tournament so far. It's nice to see that it's staying.
In fact, just one blocker on track at the moment for Big Bucks as Chelsea puts 4 points on the board.
Absolutely. Bear appears to have switched into sort of defense mode to try and just start blocking for a bit. Very capable blocker, it makes sense.
So when you've only got one blocker, you might as well...
See, and look at this one-on-one blocking. You almost didn't get to see.
And as a jammer, they can go all the way back.
They can go all the way.
So it's a 20-point game. There's 23 seconds left on the period clock.
Absolutely, and that was a great waste of time just there by Bear. Opportunity for more people to get back out of the block and get a stronger wall ready to be absorbing Cherry. We've got such little movement happening right now. Cherry's got a block. Cherry has received a back block, so now Bear has done a star pass to Gareth Skates, who's gonna have a few moments of just offense.
Or, as Scarabscade's doing what I would do in this situation, I'm just going to stand here. I saw what Rebellion did yesterday. I'm not doing that. I'm just going to stand here, wait for the clock to go down.
Yeah, that's unexpected but very smart after what we saw. They've gone, no more risks.
And that is that. There might be a couple more points to Terry Skate. Well, no. So,
we're waiting for the score to become official. It does look as though Big Bucks are our gold medalists today.
Yeah, in case of a jam ref finds 21 fingers to pull out of their pocket, I think. So, yeah, what an end to a magnificent weekend.
Absolutely, what a fantastic game. Action to the last second. I've loved it. I hope you've loved it at home watching everything we've got. We have a confirmed final score. Big Bucks 163, Manchester 143. They beat London with a 21-point difference earlier, and they only needed 20 points for Manchester. What a fantastic set of games we've had.
Wow, yeah, no words. I am ready for bed.
Me too. Thank you everyone so much for joining us. We hope you've enjoyed it as much as we have. I've been Sonic.
I've been Liam Neeson.
You guys have been awesome. We'll see you real soon.
Take care.